What's up, everybody? How we doing now? As you can see, back home in the studio. Finally got home after 2 weeks of traveling. I was in London, I was in Manchester, I was at UFC London, went to UFC Columbus, flew home yesterday, got home, sitting on the couch, watching the Oscars, bunch of nonsense, and you know where I'm going with this. Will Smith gets out of his seat, goes up there, slaps Chris Rock in the face, and I actually went to Twitter after that, and I put, what did I put? I put, Will Smith is a fucking legend. Because I just thought it was hilarious. That was not a popular tweet, by the way. A lot of people said, oh, you're condoning violence. Wasn't it just last week you were talking about Masvidal and Colby and saying how Masvidal's out of line? And yeah, it was. I agree. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you can't see that Will Smith, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, getting out of his seat on a night where he's nominated for an Oscar, storming up the stage and slapping Chris Rock, I just thought it was hilarious. And you know, the stuffiest, ponciest, biggest award show on planet Earth, and that went down. I thought it was hilarious. I'm not fucking condoning violence. I like Chris Rock. I don't want him to get slapped. But, you know, I did also tweet, chat shit, get banged. Now, of course, I'm not saying that every comedian on the planet, when they make a joke about someone, deserves to get hit. But Will Smith, come on, he's been going through some stuff. Jada Pinkett Smith has been, she's been testing his limits, shall we say. She's been having an open relationship, an entanglement or whatever it is. I don't know too many of the details. This is not fucking TMZ, but I did like that. And a lot of people in the MMA community, they came out the woodwork. They've all been talking about it. Dana White liked it. Dana White said, Chris Rock's got a chin. I forget some of the tweets, but there was a lot of people. Everyone came out. Everyone had an opinion on it. And it was funny. It was shocking. It really, really was. But Will Smith, come on. Everyone likes the Fresh Prince. I hope he's doing all right. It looks like he's going through some stuff. You know, he's getting a little emotional and stuff like that. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And he should. Come on, I know he's making a joke and everything's fair game when you're a comedian, you know, but, you know, talking shit about his wife right there when she's going through a medical condition. But even still, so what? You know, Ricky Gervais went out there, insulted everybody, and no one said shit there, and that was absolutely hilarious. So anyway, Will Smith, you know, he's apologised to the Oscars, he's apologised to all the people and the press and all the rest of it. He needs to apologise to Chris Rock. That's what he needs to do. He slapped another man on live TV in front of the entire world. While we're here, Chris Rock did have a chin, did take that punch or that slap very, very well. And also, as a TV professional, as an entertainer, he rolled with that punch literally so good because he just kept going. He wasn't even phased. He kept the show on track. He didn't get all flustered. He didn't stutter. He didn't stumble. He didn't feel sorry for himself. He kind of laughed it off and then carried on with the show. I mean, that is a true professional there. So anyway, as I said, a lot of people said, hold on, you were talking about Masvidal and how he shouldn't have done that. And you're right. He shouldn't have done that. Do you know what I mean? Masvidal should not have done that, and he's found himself in a lot of hot water. Colby Covington has gone out there and he's pressed charges now. So the saying I read today that Masvidal could be looking at towards 30 years, right, in prison. I don't think he's going to get that. But apparently the reason being not just that he went up and he punched him, giving the old 3-piece in the soda, is the fact that they're saying in this article that he kind of sneaked up on him, that he had his hood up and he had his mask. You know, so then therefore, it was like, you know, he hid him, he hid. He was hidden. He was hiding. Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
What the hell was that all about?
But then he went up and sucker punched him. All right, real quick, want to tell you about rockauto.com. They've been in business for over 20 years, providing the best car parts, all the car parts that you need at the best possible prices. We don't have a code because the prices are so cheap. There's no storefront markups because they're so cheap, okay? They've been in business for 20 years because they're so cheap. All you got to do is go to rockauto.com or click the link in the episode description down below. As I say, been in business 20 years, all the parts that you need at the best possible prices, rockauto.com. So Colby's pressing charges. You know, I'm not sure if I agree with that. I'm not saying I agree with Masvidal, but Colby should be compensated for his Rolex. Apparently that got all snapped or bent in the scuffle. So Masvidal needs to pay for that. He does. And he needs to pay for his dental treatment. I don't think he should press charges. But hey, listen, that's what he does. Do you know what I mean? And actions have consequences, you know? So we've seen that Colby's done this before. Remember in Australia when Verdum threw the boomerang, he pressed charges then as well, you know. So, hey, listen, Colby's not about that life. He's not a gangster, you know. He's an athlete, he's a fighter, you know, and he shouldn't have to tolerate that. So anyway, there we go. But he's not the only one that's been in the news. Fucking the world's gone mad. Cain Velasquez, obviously. Free Cain. Buy your shirts. Look for them online. I forget where I got this one from now. But all the proceeds go towards his legal fees. So we need to help out Cain Velasquez. But Chael Sonnen was just in the news as well. Obviously, I think it was Christmas. He was in the paper, or the news, the websites, the paper. What is this? Fucking 1995. It was all over the internet for allegedly beating up 5 guys. He was charged, but then those charges were dropped without prejudice. Because they were dropped without prejudice, those charges now have resurfaced. So he's been charged and there's a civil lawsuit going on. And some of the details have emerged. Now, of course, these are alleged details. There's always 2 sides to every single story. So we haven't heard Chael's side yet. But apparently this guy said that he was there. Chael came out, just looked at him, knocked a drink out of his hand, and then punched him. And then the security guard showed up, and then he kneed this security guard in the face. Apparently punched a woman as well in the face. They said he was intoxicated, which is weird because I've never seen Chael intoxicated in my life. But this wasn't 5 guys that were all together, that were all out on the lash, as we say in England, all going on the piss and coming back and they're all wasted and started abusing Chael's wife, which is what we all kind of thought might have happened. This is that some security guards, a couple that were just about to plan a sushi dinner, and then Chael apparently was in his bathrobe or something like that and just cracked her and then punched this woman or something. I don't know. So it's all very troubling and very, very disturbing. But there's a lot of this shit in the news right now. So Chael, I'm hoping for the best for him, but we don't know the full details. We really don't. So I guess I'll reserve judgment until then. But, it's a shocking turn of events. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was shocking, but come on, no one got hurt. I'm not condoning violence, but it was just a little bitch slap. Do you know what I mean? Oh, John Jones came out. He's dumping all over Chael Sonnen, of course, because he said, when I acted like an asshole in Vegas, every man and their dog was talking shit about me. And rightly so. He was involved in domestic abuse. That shit does not fly and everyone didn't like it. And one person that came out the woodwork that was talking a lot of shit at John Jones was Chael Sonnen. And now John's coming out and he's saying, what's this, So he goes out there, beats up 5 guys, punches a woman and crickets. And then he said to Brendan Schaub and somebody else, or Dan Hooker, he said, hey, so what? This guy's defending honor? What the fuck is this type thing? And Dan Hooker came back and he had a great response. He said, how does Chael's actions make you look like any less of a piece of shit? And it's a good response from Dan Hooker, to be fair, because 2 wrongs don't make a right. And certainly when one of those wrongs come from another party, it doesn't mean what John did was excusable. Doesn't mean what Chael did was excusable, because none of them are. But still, the world's going crazy right now. We got Chris Rock getting slapped. We got Masvidal, 3-piece in the soda people in a disguise. And we've got Chael Sonnen allegedly going out there and going on a rampage. What is going on? 2022 is not disappointing so far. Anyway, just a few thoughts on those crazy situations. Never want anybody to be in trouble or have anything bad, But we don't know the full stories yet, I guess. Anyway, there we go. Right, I'm going to come back with some proper videos on some MMA action as opposed to some scandalous gossip. I am not fucking TMZ. I apologise. Anyway, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll be back with another video tomorrow.